All right, this is going to be a quick video about plugins, especially around two-tick woodcutting. This can be used for thieving, mining, anything else that you're spam clicking an object as well as something in your inventory. So with no further ado, we'll get right into it. So first sorts of things that I like to do when I'm here at Oaks is I like to use the blindfold plugin. So turning that on just kind of hides everything. The other portion here is custom menu swaps. Here within the custom hides, I turn off walk here. This just makes sure that when I'm spam clicking, I can't click to walk anywhere else. The other portion here is to turn on entity hider. Specifically, we want to hide NPCs. So as long as those are hidden and turned on, that's perfect. The other two plugins that these are more about, well, first I'm just going to put instant inventory on. This just has the default settings that already exist within the plugin when it's installed from the plugin hub. The other thing is menu stones hider. So what we're going to see from this is we can hide different options. So specifically, we're going to be hiding the background and the left and right sidebars. So this is the left sidebar, right sidebar, and then obviously our background. So as we can see, if I hover over this right now, you can see that up in the top left corner, sorry, I'll just slide this over. Right, so when I'm in the game window, up in the top left, we can see Chop Down Oak Tree, as well as my plugin of Interact Highlight ends up highlighting the object when I hover over it, right? However, if I'm in my inventory, even though the object is there, it's not being highlighted, it also doesn't show up. So if we were to hide the background, it would. So this menu stones hider option, when turned on, and if I come back over to my inventory area, you're going to see Chop Down Oak Trees up in the top left, as well as the Interact highlight is indeed showing when we're in our inventory. What this allows us to do is just spam click in the same spot over and over and over again. So if I was to get on cycle here for two-tick oaks, so once we've auto retaliated, I can just click in the same exact spot over and over and over again to continuously be in cycle. And you're seeing that right now, I am indeed clicking on the right ticks. However, this does not matter at all for this method. So if I actually just spam clicked as fast as I possibly can, you'll see that I'm still on cycle. It does not matter how fast or how rhythmic I click for this method. I can just indeed click as fast as I can, and I'm still on cycle. So with that being said, this is a video to showcase that obviously this plugin works in this fashion, and no, it is not macroing, it is simply using a plugin from the plugin hub. So just to show you that this is indeed a plugin within the plugin hub, I'm just going to drag this over so that it's on canvas. If we go in here, menu stones, you're going to see that the plugin's right here. You could just hit install. I already obviously have it installed, so that's that. The other side to this, I think the only other plugin that I have here is Instant Inventory, which you can also grab for the plugin hub. This plugin was added around June 30th or so. When looking through the plugin hub on RuneLite, you can go look at the plugin hub pull requests, search a pull request that is favorable. So I just searched up the menu stones hider plugin. Once searched, I was able to figure out when that pull request was added to RuneLite, so when the plugin was first added to RuneLite in the first place. It was around June 20th or so, or June 30th, so it's been alive for about a month and a half or so. So this plugin is known, people are using it for things like thieving, mining, the two-tick oaks that you're seeing right here. So this video is specifically for the case that obviously clicking in the same spot over and over and over again has created flags in the past for people doing things like Artie Knights or the Tazars, which are commonly named Gem Knights. So this is just bringing some awareness and clarity to the fact that there is now this plugin that allows for very easy spam clickable methods within the game. Do I find that these are broken? Maybe, maybe not. It really doesn't make much of a difference. Here we could see me click the oak tree, and then I could just move outside of the inventory. It's the same thing, but now I just don't have to. It really doesn't. There's not much to it, right? So, for the methods that are already going to be very spam clickable, having it just be in the same spot is not the end of the world, in all honesty. So I think that it, although it is clearly strong and clearly going to be a great way to get XP for those that decide to use this, I also feel that it's probably not the worst thing that this game's ever gotten. But it does feel pretty overpowered to be gaining XP this way, but it seems to be just the direction that this game has been going over the years, is just further and further progression towards easy stuff and inflated XP rates, and the RuneLite plugins basically just taking over how our skilling actually is interacted. So as we can see, this is another example of a plugin that is just going to be a benefit to anybody that decides to use it. So just a quick video. I'm sure that players are still going to end up getting false banned for the same things that they've been false banned for before. I know that Tazars or Gem Knights have been quite frequently given false bans for their spam clicking properties, as well as anybody else that does anything of the sorts. So things like Artie Knights, things like that. So I'm sure that this is likely going to end up getting some flags on some people's accounts over the time, but as we can see, this is simply plugins. There's no macros being done here. Just putting it out there for some clarity, some ability for anybody that ends up potentially seeing this, or anybody that gets flagged as a false ban for these sorts of actions, that at least we have a video to hopefully prove and educate against a case for any false bans. So that's the reason that this video is really here. I now record all of my gameplay all the time, so this is the reason that I have this video. Today it is August 17th. Yes, so just this video will be unlisted. Obviously, the plugin is somewhat new. Not everybody knows that it exists and the powers that it has, so I'm going to continue to not widely share that out, just so that we can continue to use it. However, the obvious cases of anybody within the community, of individuals that know about the plugin and its abilities within skilling, if anyone was to be banned for the use of this plugin, then at least we have a video showcasing everything about it, as well as obviously it was passed and approved by RuneLite. It is available for use. I think there is something. Let me actually go look right now, so I'll just pull it up. I won't be able to pull it up on screen right now because I don't have it set up for a window of that, but I'm just going to quickly hit the open help button here, which will give me how many active installs. So right now, only 242 active installs, so not a very popular plugin just yet. So as we can see, some players are obviously getting to know about certain properties within this plugin, and they're starting to use it. But as we can see, it was approved, it's added to the plugin hub. We can absolutely use the plugins that are here. So it was added over a month and a half ago. I don't suspect that it's being removed. However, it is exactly what it does. It says it hides the menu stones, background, and sidebars. That's it. And that's what it does. And it allows us to do things like this, where we can just spam click in the same spot. So yeah, that's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something about this plugin. And for anybody that ends up getting falsed, or there's any kind of macro false ban type situations, that hopefully this video can assist with getting those quashed, and hopefully some enlightenment towards how people are skilling with these sorts of skills, and the spam clickish nature of the types of methods that people are doing. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And for free to play, the only things that this could probably be done during is this method here, and if you went to Alcarid's 3-rock mining spot. That's pretty much all it could be really utilized for within free to play. But the rates at the mining would be pretty abysmal to any tick manipulation method. So really the benefit here is the 2-tick woodcutting. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole video. Hopefully it helps anybody out. Have a great day.